just wanted to show you what I was doing here. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I've done any videos, quite a while, months. And I've been trying to figure out when and where to start back with the videos. Right now, what I'm doing here, I make my own dog food. So that whole pan I just showed you is what I'm doing. I'm cooking chicken and for my dogs. So just get it cooling off here a little bit, and then I will tear it all apart. So anyways, 2024 has not been a very good year, but that's okay. I'm hoping that 2025 will look a lot better. It has to. So what I'm doing is, I don't know where to begin with videos, so I guess I'll sit here and do this while we talk about it. Let me get a fork. Alright, well, actually it kind of started back 8 years ago. 8 years ago, my mother got news. She was 83. She got news that she had bone cancer that went into the lungs and stuff. So I brought her home to stay with me while my dad remained back at the apartment for a while. With his age, he wasn't able to take care of her. So I brought her back, and for 8 months, I took care of my mother at home. She passed away. I did have her on hospice for home, but I wanted to take care of my mother, and I realized not everybody can do, you know, that kind of a thing, but it did take all my time up, which was, I have no regrets on that whatsoever. So the when she passed away, then a couple months after she passed away, now again, that was 8 years ago, my dad, who was 86, I think, at the time, he started getting sick. And so for the last 8 years, I've been taking care of my parents. About 6 months after my mom died, my dad moved in. And I do have some videos. I have a lot of videos with him, some shorts and stuff. He was a very, very active man for heading toward his 90s. And so he moved down here in one of these little micro homes, I call them, that I built. We had gotten and turned it into a nice little home for one person, and that's where he lived here up till now, to the last 6 years of his life. But in those 6 years, I have been busy trying to film, trying to do the garden, you know, try to do all my other tasks. And my dad's ailment finally got worse over the years. So he had some heart failure in that, and a lot of issues had come up where he needed taken care of. And because he was on blood thinners and stuff like that, it was a tough journey. So for the last couple years, I've had to feed my dad totally separate from everybody else. Because the salt in his body just, it was bad. His legs would swell up and stuff, and then the pores he'd bleed out some blood in his legs and that. And so with a good diet, and which I committed myself to doing this, I did a lot of research on, with the help of my daughter, who is a nutritionist. So we gave him a higher protein diet along with low sodium, where we was able to cook for him, and he did great for the last couple years. But in the meantime, as all of that was going on, then our son, who's been in the videos, I've had some videos here to share, and he's had seizures. They started coming on in the last couple of years. And so what we did there, they got to the point they got bad to where we had to make some major decisions with him about his life during the time. My dad was kind of stable at the moment then for what was happening with him. So in the meantime, in order to do what was best for Toby, we had to have the front lobe of his brain removed. And so because of that, there was some relearning issues that we had to do with him. A lot of work, and again, thankful that my husband is his caregiver also, that he was able to stay home, and me and my husband both worked together taking care of Toby and my dad. It took two of us to do this. So we wanted the best for these guys, and I wanted the best for my dad also. My dad always seen that we were taking care of his kids, even though he didn't have that much money, but we always had a bite to bite. So, and we didn't know any difference about growing our own food at that time. It was just something you did. So anyways, Toby ended up in August, I think. I could be wrong, but August of 2024, he ended up going up to the Cleveland Clinic and having the front lobe part of his brain removed, which is the memory part. Now, he does have what they call visual memory, so he can look at something and he knows what it is. The other memory, we're still sometimes he gets stuck, okay, now who was that person? And, and when we tell him, then it all connected. So Toby goes to the workshop, and so we ended up having that removed. Things went good for a couple months. Well, the seizure started back up again, and this time it moved over to the left side. So they're not as bad as the other, but we do have an appointment coming up here this week on all the testings and stuff to see where we're at, with him. So in the meantime, Toby had worked at Wendy's for 7 years, cleaning tables and stuff. So he wasn't able to go back to that. He did go back to it, but then the seizures, started up again. So again, he goes to the workshop, and in the meantime, so it'll be after surgery, and then the seizures started up again, and then my dad started getting bad again. He got really bad, and guys, I lost my dad here 2 weeks ago. We buried him 2 weeks ago, and that was January 14th. So I've had a long 8-year with taking care of my parents, and I don't regret anything I've done, for them. And so now that my dad's gone, now here's where I'm at. Because where I was at in 2024. 2024, toward the end, probably last 6 months, I wasn't able to, I got my canning in, but I wasn't able to put my garden to sleep like I always do. And when I say put my garden to sleep, that's where I go and put all the chicken manure down in the garden and all the leaves and everything. So basically all my leaves are on the outside of the garden edge ready for me to work on it. And I never got the vines pulled out. So I do have a job here ahead of me. What do you want, huh? No, you stay. You stay. Here, I got a kitty that wants some of this meat. Here, and a dog. There you go, it's her food. So I haven't gotten nothing done this year as far as outside the gardening and the things that I wanted to do, which again, I would never trade that for anything, because I wanted to make sure that my parents were taken care of. And yes, 8 years was a long time. My dad died at 92 years old. And if you go back, I will link a couple of his videos. As of last year, toward the beginning of spring, he did work in the garden, and he was still mowing lawn. And actually, the day that he got sick, I think I threw something in that other. The day he got sick, he was on his way out the door to the laundromat, do his laundry. He didn't want me doing it; he wanted to. But he ended up with all the. Hey, go on over there. Go on, Sass, go. So, Dad ended up, he was on so much medication. Some of it caused an ulcer in his stomach, the blood thinners, just everything. And basically my dad bled out to death. So, and He didn't know what happened or anything. He was unconscious. It happened so quick. So that was a shock to me because it happened so quick. And I didn't expect it. I thought we were on the road of getting him, balanced. And we were talking about what he was going to do around here again this year. Around his, he was getting his rototiller ready to till. 92, that's my dad. So anyways, that's where basically has been happening with me in 2025. So, and then the last couple of weeks, I haven't decided what I really wanted to do. Do I still want to do YouTube? I mean, actually guys, I've never had so much time on my hands now that I don't have my parents here and to take care of them, and Toby's at the workshop and stuff, and I kind of feel lost. I really do. I just feel like I need to be taking care of someone. So my daughter told me, Mom, you need to start taking care of yourself. Now actually she said this a while back, okay? And so I'm deciding what do I want to do with my life right now. I did retire. That was nice. So I'm old enough to do that now. But so I believe what I'm going to do from here on, I've decided to go ahead and continue with YouTube. And I'm not sure what I want to do because I'm so behind for the year of 2025. I am so behind with everything from all the outdoor stuff. And so I'm just going to take it one step at a time here and try to have a garden that I can do with no pressure this year at my own timing, instead of working around a couple, like working around Toby and working around my dad. And again, I miss the caregiving part of it. So I'm also going to take the opportunity, and which I've already started, was that I am now watching a lot closer what I eat. I did gain a few pounds here because I wasn't able to do a lot of cooking, and ate out a little more than I wanted to. And because of all of that, now my health, because like I said, I'm retired, I'm in my 60s, and when I went and had some blood work done up and stuff like that to see where I'm at, and it showed where I'm just borderline of being a diabetic. And then when I had the bone density test done, which really shocked me, I was borderline of pre-osteoporosis. And I've always been active, and so I want to correct all that, and I want to make myself good. It's something I've always wanted to do, and again, it was very hard in the last 8 years, especially when you have some people that are bedridden or they're sick where you need to tend to them most of the time. And so I set this opportunity up with my daughter where we're going to, I'm on a workout program, and I've been doing it. I started it years ago, but I wasn't able to do what I really wanted to with it because I just couldn't, and taking care of them and the garden and everything else. So I finally back on. I work out 3 times a week. I actually am proud of myself, so this might not be a lot for other people, but I actually was able to run for 4 minutes without not run, like a small jog run on the treadmill for 4 minutes, and without getting all out of breath and stuff. And that felt like a fantastic accomplishment. And lifting weights, and again, underneath my daughter, she's a fitness trainer also, so that has all helped me, and I feel good, and I'm starting to drop some of the weight and get back fit again like I want to be, because I need to stay fit. I need to stay fit because last year, without being that fit or healthy with the way of eating and stuff, because I hadn't had time, and it was very hard for me. Very hard to get out in the garden to do stuff, and I don't want to experience that anymore. So, and also I want to stay fit. I want to keep my heart, and that's another thing. My heart is all in good shape and everything. So, for being in my 60s, they said that I'm pretty good, and I want to stay that way because we need to take care of Toby now. And so Toby's going to be home with us more, and Toby likes to work with me in the garden and stuff. So we're kind of redoing what we're different this year for 2025. Hopefully it's not so stressful. And I didn't even get my broilers in for my meat birds last year. It was just too much. I couldn't do it all. And so when 2025 came, and after Dad got sick, and then he passed away. Yeah, he passed away January 14th, and then that weekend, 2 hogs. Whoo, almost put it in the wrong one. 2 hogs were butchered. Now, when we have, I have an Amish man that raises my meat. He raises my hogs and he raises my cow for me. I do my own chicken, my own broilers. But when my dad died, it just happened that next weekend, about 4 days. He died on a Tuesday, so that following Sunday, we had 2 big hogs. And what that means is that he, I can't think the word. I hate to say the word kill the hog, but, you know, put the hog down, get ready to process the hog. And when they do that, he cuts some of the meat up for me like I want, and 2 pounds of roast and or whatever. And then we bring all the stuff home in coolers, and we bring it back here at the house. And then my kids all get together and we help process the stuff. We vacuum seal, cut them up into cubes, some of the roast, so we can, you know, have some kind of Chinese stuff to eat. Chinese and rice. So, you know, about 4 days after that, we had all that to do. And then the next couple days after that, after they were done, then I had a lot of canning to do. I had to make broth. And so then we buried, yeah, he died on the 14th. I got that mixed up. He died on the 14th, and we did that hog that weekend, and then during the week is when we buried him. And then the next weekend is when our steer was ready for us to go pick up, and from the Amish guy, and he had all the meat prepared in coolers, and it was like over 500 pounds of meat that we brought back here and had to, you know, vacuum seal, and I did a lot of canning, like frying up the hamburger and stuff like that for it all. And after all that was done, and I spent all last week canning the broth and stuff like that, so I haven't had much time for 8 years to you know, it just, you know, it just happened. Dad died, we had the hogs, we had, you know, the stuff had to get done. And so now I have decided, oh, you guys didn't see that, did you? Better pay attention to what I'm doing. So I've decided to go ahead and do YouTube. And so this is my first YouTube. Hope this isn't too hot. I am digging through here. This is my first YouTube that I have done. As of today is a new start for me. And so we get back to making dog food again. And another good thing that's happening in my life is that I enjoy my grandkids. Right now I have 2. One is, she'll be 16 here in March. And I love spending time with my grandkids. And then I have one that's 2.5. And he spent his first night with me, actually last night, which will have been Wednesday night, and he did fabulous. I really enjoyed him, and actually it made me feel like my daughter and my own kids were laying, you know, next to me. It just brought back those memories. You know, when people say you never, you know, you never get that back. Well, I did get that back with them being little, And with him just sitting there, just brought back of my own children, sitting there with us and eating popcorn, watch TV, or, whatever. So, and the other good thing I got going for me is that, again, I can now, for 2025, my goal, as long as nothing happens, and is to get back into the garden and not have to be stressed in gardening, can actually relax in doing all that. And the other thing I got to look forward to is me and my husband have not had much time to go on trips or anything like that, or to do something together, because one of us always had to stay home, like for instance going camping. Okay, Toby likes to go camping and that, and so I will take off and go camping, and we camp with my son and a group of campers, so it's not just us, it's a group of us. And so we go camping, and I have to leave my husband at home, which he really doesn't mind, guys, because he doesn't like to camp. So he'd rather take care of the animals. So this year, now that my dad's not with us, I do have his home to take care of. And I'll try to figure out what to do with everything. But this year I'm looking forward to gardening without being stressed out, and actually am really enjoying it, and all the canning and stuff. And one good thing that I really am going to enjoy is that in about 6 months, a new grandbaby's coming. So I'm really looking forward to that too, also. And so I am looking forward for the new year coming up here, and going back into raising the chickens and everything. So, but that's where my year has been in 2024, and then, especially the last 23 and 24, and the last 8 years. So now I have time for me, and I got those goals that I want to accomplish and to make some more videos, because I'm really I've been canning for over about 44 years now. And so I think, I don't know it all, that's for sure, but there's always learning to do, and I still learn a lot off of the YouTubing. And the other thing is I want to make different breads. My daughter makes them all for me now, but I want to learn, to make bread. So bread and doing baby food is two of the things that I really want to accomplish. And one of the main things I want to accomplish is, even though I'm in my 60s, it feels good to be able to run and to lift weights and do that, so I can stay healthy and be able to play with my grandkids. So, okay, well, I want to thank you guys for joining me, and I just wanted to tell you what happened in, 23 and 24 for me, just as I started YouTubing, and kind of what my goals are. So the other thing is my husband learned to edit, so if some of these films don't look, some of my videos don't look right, we can blame him. So, because he's learning. All right, guys, take care.